alike. Welcome to Friday Fun Day. JT and Carly. Let's hear you guys. What do we want to hear? Let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. That's right. Fight we will. That's what we do. We fight here. And let me bring in my partner in justice, Mr. Shady Groove. Shady, welcome to the MatrixxX show, brother.
Hello, everyone. Matrix, welcome to all of the great patriots out there. Lots of booms in the chat. Lots of energy around this wonderful president. A rally coming up tomorrow. This couldn't be more exciting. Welcome to the show.
Maybe we should stream it too and watch the rally together.
Oh, could we go stream with all these great patriots?
Would you guys like that? Press 17 if you guys want us to stream that rally tomorrow.
I'd like to go with these wonderful patriots. I don't see any 17s.
I don't see any either. So we'll just, we'll forget about it. Wait, yes. Where we go? Wait, wait.
Oh, there we go.
All right, there's just
a
couple. There they are. Apparently, we're on a little bit of a stream lag. But 17. So, guys, we have very special guests. We're resuming our normal Friday Fun Day, General Flynn Fun Day. Just patriots in general. We've got two amazing people here. They're patriots of the highest caliber. We've got two amazing artists as well. People that can really sing their little hearts out for patriotism. And I just want to tell you that I love them both very, very much. We've got JT Wild and Carly Bonet. Come on in here, guys.
Welcome to the show.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
What's up? What's up? There he goes. With that voice.
There we are.
I'm melting. I'm melting already.
I'm melting.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Carly. Hey, JT. I think you guys both have lots of stuff going on out there. JT's album's almost ready. Carly was all over the place this week, getting retweeted by Gutfeld and stuff.
Oh my gosh! Look at this guy.
Superstar.
Look at this, guys. JT, why don't you talk about this for 1 second? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, well there it is. That's the layout for the new CD.
Look at that.
I just got the email that it's getting mailed out on the 29th to me, so it takes about 5 days to ship. And but I'll have them, and so people can start ordering them up. And
well, I want. Are you gonna have like a? Hey man, I would give you another like $20 donation for a JT Wild signature on that bad boy.
Yeah, man, I gotta have somebody sign mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe if you could get it signed by Donald Trump, JT.
Yeah.
I mean, JT's autograph's good.
JT's autograph is going to be amazing, guys. JT Wild has so many great songs for this movement. Where we go, one we go, wall, digital soldiers. Thank you for the pain. I can go on and 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 on. And Shady.
Keep going.
He's like, keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. And let's not forget the newest Beautiful Black Sky, JT. And while we wait, we got Carly. Let's press secretary. We're gonna watch McElhaney here as well. I always say her name wrong. I think I said it wrong. McElhaney. How do you say it, Carly?
McElhaney.
We're gonna watch her when she comes on. So we are waiting for
Savage
her.
Angel.
Savage. She is savage.
Savage Angel. I got the hashtag for her and Chanel Rion. It's hashtag Savage Angel.
You can you fit that little hashtag too there, Carly.
Yes, she does.
You're a savage angel as well. I mean,
she is. She's a savage.
You work so hard every day, Carly.
Well, I'm not on TV. These guys, they're out there facing people. I'm the keyboard savage angel, I guess.
Digital savage angel.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. And you've been cued several times lately, Carly. Wow. Congratulations. I have to actually send you that she's cued. She's like, what? Really? What?
I know. I had to
Always do that to me.
Yeah.
You're always the first one, and you hit my inbox like, Carly. I'm like, what? It's like, you've been cued. I was like, what?
Pretty
And
interesting.
You're always the first one too. When it gets cued, you're the first meme there, and I'm like, how the hell
How
do
does he
you
do that? How does he do that, guys? How does he do that?
I'm gonna hashtag you Q Queen. I mean,
Q
you're the
Queen.
Q Queen.
No.
Velvet Elvis says Smackdown Queen. That's a good one. I'm really enjoying this. Hey, Pretty in Black, how are you? We got Mike Hess out there. P. Warren, hi. We got a Cajun Alaskan. That's awesome. Mike P., did I say that? Pseudonym. Please give us some love for our best mods. We got the best mods out there. Joker's Army, how are you, sir? I'm just assuming that Joker's Army is a sir. Debbie Dow, hello. Jen P, hi, how are you? There's Pseudonym Pickles. Jackie's out there. Prayers for Poussaint. She just got a tooth pulled today, so she's been taking care of herself, so that's a good thing. Kiwi Patriots out there. There is Jackie, and we're going to talk about Jackie in a little bit about what we should all be doing with our kids and grandkids. I'm telling you right now, she knocked it out of the park this weekend with her grandkids. Paula Moore, there's Sparky. Sparky's out there. Anna, hi Anna, how are you? I saw Anna down there with Jesse Melton.
Yeah, I saw that you were out there schmoozing with Anna and Jesse.
Yep,
Hey, Anna.
Yep, Anna, she has kids that went to Parkland, and I've been talking to her in the Parkland group. They have questions. Where did the $800 million go for the Parkland
It sure didn't
schools?
go into helping the community. We know that.
That's right. And they have questions. And, when I met Anna, I met her at the Orlando rally, believe it or not. And then, we talked, and we met again at Mar-a-Lago. And I met with all the Parkland parents and families. And now we're on a thread with them all. And we are all starting to realize that, like Ted Deutsch, who is in Florida, 23? I can't remember what he's in, 22, I think. But, he says that he's a Jewish congressman. However, he's voting with the squad. And now we're finding a lot more Islamic connections in the Democrat Party, including Black Lives Matter, guys. We're finding a lot of this stuff out, folks.
Well, I guarantee you, Deutsch knows where some of that $800 million went.
I would guarantee you there. Yes.
I mean, somebody needs to dig on that, because I would guess he's got there's some kind of.
There's Anna. She's driving right now.
Cyprus connection.
Well, it's the Muslim Brotherhood, right? So if you look at a lot of Q's posts, I mean, if you ever just go to, just put Brotherhood in here. Let's just put Brotherhood.
MB even.
Or MB, right? Yes.
Yeah.
But let's look at Brotherhood real quick, Shady. And what I want to show you is, Q has been saying infiltration, not invasion, for future events. This is a Hill talking about Huma Abedin ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. Infiltration, not invasion, for future events. Now, Valerie Jarrett, where's she from, Shady?
From Iran.
Where is Huma Abedin from, Shady?
From Iran.
How about Peter Strzok's dad?
Iran.
How about, who else was there? There was another one, wasn't there?
Lisa Page's family.
Lisa Page's family. So you're starting to see.
And now you have all this missing money from the famous people for Black Lives Matter that was supposed to go to all these cities. And where is all that money?
That's right.
Well, what they're doing, if you notice, it's very interesting, because now that all of these protests and riots have broken out, all this money started to be raised. All of a sudden, the Democrat National Committee is bringing in funds for the first time in 3 years.
That's right.
So it's all being, it's all going straight from, being donated, people thinking that they're helping out their inner city or people in their community, and it's all going to act blue through Black Lives Matter and right into the DNC's coffers.
That's right.
But if you look, Joe still isn't even close to what the president is raising. So
it's nowhere close.
It might be. It might be.
He's leading in the polls.
DNC. But that's the polls. I'm talking about money. So he's even getting stiffed. So this money is going to other I would say illicit activities.
That's right.
It's also going. It's also going to be going to the Congress to getting AOC elected again, and all of those other people all down the line, you know. So they've got to try to get Congress. We got to get Congress. So they're going to try, you know.
So let's take a look at this. Pseudonym actually did a really good thread. We've been kind of digging on this for probably a couple months, really. And we found a bunch of other stuff here. Let me just see. Here's Pseudonym's thread right here. So this is, in recent weeks, the BLM Global Network has had to debunk misinformation from conservatives, activists who claim the group's donations were being redirected to the Democrat Party. Misinformation, huh? Well, let's find out how misinformed we are, right? Remember, they're saying, oh, well, that, remember, because Candace Owens retweeted that Act Blue is funding all these candidates, and that's kind of how they're money laundering, right? So Q pointed us to that. And then, obviously we had the dig, but just the very next day, everybody was saying the now debunked theory that Act Blue is fun. So these people are insane. When they say now debunked means that don't look at it because, it's true. That's what that means.
Now debunked means that it has been confirmed.
Right. So here's an article. Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation establishes a $12 million grant fund. You also remember when George Soros donated 80% of his wealth to these kind of funds, folks. 80%. So then you got the Global Network Foundation mission to support programs that educate, empower, and enlighten leaders around the world through leadership development, mentorship, and global networks. Okay, so that's suspect at best, right? Here are the co-chairs, Miss Jane Shivers and Mr. James Cottrell. Kind of interesting on the board of directors as of 1/9/19. So Anon's, we got digging to do, but Jane Shivers, she's the co-chair of the CGF. Take a look at her political contributions in 2016. Act Blue, End Citizens United. I mean, look at that. Who would go to End Citizens United? End Citizens, Shady. We don't want you to be a citizen anymore. So Hillary for America as well. Act Blue. Where have I heard that before? And then End Citizens United. Pretty interesting. So then End Citizens United, looking further into that, what do we have here? We look into the top campaign contributors who were in 2016. You can't make this up, guys. George and Jonathan Soros.
Right there in plain sight.
Right there in plain sight. So we have it all. So End Citizens United, let's take a look at them. Their campaign contributions, all Democrats. Imagine that. All connected to the global, the GNF, which is connected to BLM, Act Blue, and End Citizens United, is not supporting any cause other than the Democrat agenda. And this is their website right here. End Citizens United. We the people, not we the wealthy. There you go.
They're for Biden?
Yep. POTUS. Joe Biden. Oh my gosh, you just can't. So, I don't even want to be on this site. Ugh. Then we go.
I know, I feel dirty.
Then we have the BLM movement is not affiliated with the BLM Global Network Foundation, they say, yet. The BLM Global Network Foundation is here with the exact same cause as Black Lives Matter. So this website that everyone's donating millions to is not BLM. So this site right here, Shady, that says Black Lives Matter on it is not Black Lives Matter.
Nope.
Just so you know.
No, it's a stand-in site.
It's a stand-in site.
By the same name.
So look at it. They're making look, Black Lives Matter Global Network defends against disinformation. So who are the Russian trolls? You see that? They organize that. Interesting. That's the projection part.
It's really tough for people to understand because there's so many different layers to this. But what Black Lives Matter actually is the extension of the Weather Underground or the Black Liberation Army, like this whole network of revolutionaries that have been intentionally weaponizing the uneducated people in our country against the people who stand up for the country. And you're seeing that in our society right now among the people who didn't, they're not teaching what really happened in history. They're telling people a false narrative. And if you go back and you look at Saul Alinsky and the Weather Underground, the playbook, this is all connected. It's the exact same thing in the background. And it's all about coming up, raising an army against your republic, guys. It has nothing to do with race. This has nothing to do with lifting poor people up into the middle class. If it did, I would support it. I promise. And the digging just doesn't show. I mean, they've sent all this money that's been raised straight to the DNC, guys. I mean, it's not rocket science whenever you go look at their paperwork. If they hid it, it would be even more nefarious, but they don't hide it. They put it right on the surface.
That's right. So that was a very good dig. Keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's interesting about the Saul Alinsky tactics, is that that whole concept is meant to be secret. It's meant to be like done not right in your face. And so for the first time, okay, so now think about it. Those tactics have worked, but never in a free country. Okay, we're the freest country in the world. So they've been able to use those tactics everywhere. And as they have been using them under our nose and brainwashing a lot of people into this idea of, global government and that America is not important and the flag and all of these things. And
your guilt. You should be guilty, even though you have nothing to do with shaves. And we should give reparations to people that never were slaves, right?
Right. All of that stuff. It was under the surface, but it's right out front now. They're even literally running on that platform. So now this is the first time in history, literally, that socialists are actually out there saying, yep, I'm a socialist and here's my platform. So we, against and in a free country, doing it in a free country. So this is, beyond historical, and it is now literally a battle for freedom again. So, and it has to be won in the hearts and the minds.
Let me go ahead and play this for you too, because it kind of goes in with what you're saying. Here we go. Check this out.
That you are powerful. You can make a whole difference in 2016. You can change the reality of our time. This is the time for us as American Muslims to be in the front, not to retreat, because all of you are leaders. Your votes are your negotiating power in the year 2016. Turn your centers, Islamic centers, mosques, into registration centers for voters. Black Lives Matter is our matter. Black Lives Matter is our campaign.
Basically, you are the new black people of America. If we don't stand, you will see Muslims murdered in the streets. We are the community that staged a revolution across the world. If we could do that, why can't we have that revolution in America?
Wow, huh? Guys?
Hidden?
Right in front of you.
Right in plain sight. So Dan Bongino's been talking about his daughter. Dad, why don't you give to Black Lives Matter? People are saying Marxist agenda. I beg to differ and say that it's a radical Islamicist agenda. We need to call it what it is. It's the hidden enemy. It is what General Flynn is where he is today. Anybody that was against the radical Muslim Islamicist, radical Islamicist, we don't say Muslim because not all Muslims are bad. That's what we got to understand too, folks. The radical Islamicist agenda is being pushed into the United States. It's not Marxism. It's worse. In my opinion.
The ones that are being funded, that's what's important. The ones that are peaceful, that want just to be a part of the ones that just want to be a part of America, the beauty of America, there's a lot of Muslims like that, you guys. So we have to give them credit, but they're not getting funded, are they? That's the key, is who's getting the money.
Right. And go ahead, Shady.
No, I was just going to say real quick.
Radical Islamicism.
Yeah, it's a very interesting conversation, because really is this whole Islamic terrorism, this layer was born out of the need for an army. You can't just have the political people in power coming right out and tell you what they want. And we obviously know what they want. They're out for the agenda of division, because they know they can control and manipulate and farm us easier if we're not paying attention to them. And so with that, this whole thing that was born out of the Middle East through the early or late 1800s became this massive revolution. And under the guise of this quote unquote religious umbrella, they've been able to grow themselves, and they are the division. It is basically the Marxists of our time, because they're going after division. They want us to not cooperate. If they can succeed in that, then we lose our country to what you're currently seeing, which is the mob screaming that to defund the police. I mean, this is just crazy what we're really witnessing people go along with, and you're not going to know the ramifications for it until after the fact. So, you know, the division is the division, and we have all got to unite under the umbrella of truth and freedom and kind of let all of the other divisive conversations wither on the vine.
Yes, and Mr. C says blacks are getting red pilled too. Thank God. God bless you, Mr. C. God bless young Pharaoh for what he's doing. I know a lot of people don't agree with everything that young Pharaoh says, and I happen to think he's an intelligent young man.
Well, I would like to say
able
that anyone-
to red pill and talk to his people. I kind of think he's amazing. And, you know, for me too, I don't want you to just trust me. I want you guys to go look it up. I want you guys to make up your own mind, right, JD?
And we also have to realize that the people in the black community in America are really facing a bigger uphill battle, because if they're for Trump, they're really facing an uphill battle. I mean, we recognize that. We see how people have been misled.
Orange man bad.
And mind controlled, right? And the NPCs out there piling on to anyone that says anything alternative. And that's part of the beauty of Q, guys. Just to let you know, if you're not completely understanding of what Q is here to show us that together as a country, if we start acting in unison with that silent majority voice, which you're starting to hear drown out the mainstream media, then we change the conversation together. And then, only then, do we actually start to move forward on settling some of the ambiguities between relationships, not only within each of our own communities, but together to steam it up. We have to hem it. We have to sew it back together in places where it's been torn. And I really do see that that's a good analogy for what Q is trying to do for all of us out here.
Yeah, and people need to live where they want to live, and, young Pharaoh was bringing up, when you don't live together. What is that called again, Shady? Oh my gosh, what? I just spaced it out.
Well, he was referencing the segregation.
Yeah, segregation. But, segregation isn't forced. It's never been forced. It's kind of like people want to live with like minds and like people, the 55 and over. They all want to live in 55 and over homes. Is that segregation? You got Mormon communities. You got people that are, Irish communities, black communities, Italian communities. People want to live with like people. It's not forced.
Well, I think the conversation gets lost right there. There is where the conversation gets lost, because most people have the disgusting understanding of segregation back whenever people were banning people of color, or any color, from going in and sitting in restaurants and things like that. That's referred to as segregation.
Right.
But that's not the same thing, because that was forced. That was state mandated. That was government implied. That's completely different than the idea of how you would like to live and raise your family and your community, and where you want to be and who you have like. I mean, if I had to choose, I would choose to live around a bunch of people that were cute.
Right. And I don't care. Yeah, right. And we got so many of those people there. And
I have to come on the radio with them and sit here and hang out during the day because I love them and I can't be near them all the time.
And so what I reminded young Pharaoh too, when we had him on the show, it was an amazing show. If you guys didn't see it, go back and check it out. It did pop a lot of heads, guys, and it was a test, because they want you divided by religion. They want you divided by race. They want you divided. But a lot of you here right now today passed that test, and God bless you all. We were all turned slaves in the 14th Amendment. With the 14th Amendment, we're all on the same playing field, believe it or not. I like some of the things that, like Gutfeld said, how if a woman gets arrested, they bring a woman officer in?
Right.
Why don't they, if a black person has an issue, why don't they bring a black officer in? I think these kind of things, at least to gain the trust back, because, we all know that not all officers are bad, period.
Oh man. I mean, I'm here to tell you that the officers that are bad belong to an order that is bad. How about let's say it like that? And
a fraternal order, aka Masonic. We'll say it.
That's correct. And the people that are higher ups that represent the Democrat Party make sure to have these individuals in positions of power below them, because they can control them, much like what we were discussing earlier of the Chauvin gentleman, the guy that killed George Floyd. He was acquitted 4 or 5 times by Amy Klobuchar, but there's no backlash against Amy Klobuchar. If it wasn't for her, he wouldn't even be a police officer. But more than 2 times, she stepped in and reduced reprimand for him. No one's talking about that, but that's what's going on. And that shows how the order is synchronized. And the bad cops, the president said the tiny amount, the other day, which was kind of interesting because we kind of see the order as tiny, right? We see them as a small amount. They're tiny amongst the whole group of citizens. So, we are seeing this being pointed to as, the corruption in the police departments does exist. We are not sitting here saying that it doesn't exist. We're sitting here saying we've got to pay attention to it, and better people have to be in charge.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you have Klobuchar on TV now saying she doesn't want to be, go up for vice president because, there's other things going on. This is to
a woman
cover
of color,
up
she said, right?
Yeah, but this is also, let me be the bigger person, and please don't look into my past that I had to do with the guy that killed Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it's
so.
It's just so ridiculous and convoluted.
Explain that a little bit more.
They just lie and
what
lie.
What did Klobuchar do, Carly? Explain that.
She let the police. You were just saying it.
Yeah, she's talking about what I was saying about.
Right, Shady was just saying the policeman that put his knee on Floyd's neck. She got him off how many times?
Okay, gotcha. So Amy Klobuchar saved that cop, that corrupt cop, many times. I just wanted that to be said out loud.
and also there was connections.
And I missed it. Sorry, when you're doing the show, it's kind of tough, guys.
That's good. But there's also there's connections between George Floyd and Chauvin working together at the nightclub. And if you go look, they say, oh, that's not true, but it is true. It did happen. And conveniently enough, that business burned during the riots. Okay.
Yep.
And, and then there was other people talking about this is, kind of people doing a little bit of digging on the boards and stuff were explaining that was a hub of, a trafficking hub that they were using.
Drugs and trafficking. Yes.
Yeah. And so, the evidence is gone. And now all of a sudden, we have a country burning, and it's all because of this event that could have been stopped if she hadn't stepped in however long ago and kept this guy on the force. And then all of a sudden, how convenient this all kicks into high gear.
And the police station burning down. I mean, I watched the video of the cop cars leaving, like an army leaving.
They abandoned their post.
They abandoned their post. They were told to. Why?
They wouldn't have done good at the Alamo.
That's insane. They got guns, they got everything against a bunch of hoodlums.
Yeah.
Yep.
With Molotov cocktails, and you got guns and all kinds of things. That's a fort. It's a police station. Did they unlock all the guns and take them with them?
And that's that's a direct reflection on the problem that we have in our country as far as the people. It matters who we elect to these positions. It matters who is the prosecutor in a district. It matters who's on the city council. It matters who the mayor is. It matters who the sheriff is. Like, these things really matter. You can't just go in there willy-nilly.